Hello students. Lecture 64. In this lecture we will discuss three important questions from history chapter Nationalism in India. First question is, what was the idea of Satyagraha by Mahatma Gandhi, or how did Mahatma Gandhi explain the idea of Satyagraha? This question can be discussed into 4-5 points. The first point in this is, after returning to India in January 1915 from South Africa, where Gandhiji successfully fought the racial discrimination which he called Satyagraha in support of Africans, where the discrimination on the basis of color of the skin, and in Africa it is popularly called as apartheid. So Gandhiji got this idea of Satyagraha in South Africa first. Second point can be mentioned as that the idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and non-violence and suggested that if the cause is true, if the struggle was against injustice, then physical force is not necessary to fight the oppressor. Next point can be given is as that is, without seeking revenge or being aggressive, a Satyagrahi could win the battle through non-violence. It was Gandhiji's the biggest weapon, non-violence. This could be done by appealing to the conscience of the oppressor and be persuaded to see that the truth without use of violence. Again, Gandhiji said that there should be no violence, without using violence. And last point for this question can be given as, by this struggle, truth was bound to ultimately triumph, victory. Mahatma Gandhi believed that this dharma of non-violence could unite all Indians. So in these words, Mahatma Gandhi explained the idea of Satyagraha. After this, next question we'll discuss is that what was Khilafat non-cooperation movement? Khilafat non-cooperation movement. So for this we'll go in the background, in the back history, that First World War ended in defeat of Ottoman Turkey, the largest Muslim empire, and a peace treaty signed between Britain and other powers who fought World War in support of Britain, signed this treaty to control the temporal powers of Islamic head Khalifa. Islamic head Khalifa, because Ottoman Turkey was the largest and most powerful Muslim empire. So to defend temporal powers, that is religious power, temporal powers, that religious powers of Khalifa, the Islamic head, a Khilafat committee was formed in Bombay in March 1919. So this action was taken by Muslim leaders in 1919. They feared that India being British colony, so the same powers can be implemented or same treaty can be implemented in India. So to this effect, Muslim leaders like Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Shaukat Ali Jinnah began discussing with Mahatma Gandhi about the possibility of united mass action on this issue. In return, Gandhiji saw this as an opportunity to bring Hindus and Muslims together. And last point can be given is that at the Congress session at Kolkata in September 1920, Gandhiji convinced all other Congress leaders for a united non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as for the Swaraj. And as far as regarding the idea of non-cooperation movement, Gandhiji believed that British Raj, British rule is surviving in India with the support of Indians, and if Indians stop cooperating with British, so British rule would collapse and Swaraj would come. So this was the idea of non-cooperation movement. Sometimes question is asked separately, why non-cooperation movement? After that, next question comes is that why did the non-cooperation movement slow down in towns and cities? In the cities and towns, the non-cooperation movement was slow. For this, there were three basic rational reasons. Due to that, the cooperation participation by the people in non-cooperation movement were lukewarm or slow. First one was the movement in the first point you can mention, the movement in the cities gradually slowed down as number one, khadi as a boycott process. So Indian has to boycott British made cloth, but khadi was expensive and short supply, so poor could not afford it. So boycott process was slow. Another reason for this was that some educated society, students, teachers, professors, in the courts, lawyers, in post offices, postmasters, they resigned from the British schools, British courts and British post offices, and students also left British institutions, but where they could go? There were no Indian schools, there were no Indian courts, there were no Indian post offices. In that case, slowly and gradually they went back to British institutions. This is how the non-cooperation movement slowed down in cities and towns. This is a very important question generally asked in examination. Next question is also important. All these questions are asked, so you may get all these questions. The question is, why did Mahatma Gandhi decide to call off the non-cooperation movement? Behind this also there were 4 or 5 reasons. Reason number 1, in February 1922, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off non-cooperation movement. Reason number 1, he felt that satyagrahis are not properly trained. So to stop movement, train satyagrahis for future participation. Next reason was that from 1917 onwards, 1917 was the first movement launched by Mahatma Gandhi in Champaran district against indigo plantation. So by continuous mass participation, satyagrahis were tired by mass participation. So he wanted to give them some time and recharge. Another factor was that satyagraha movement were turning violent at many places. And what exactly had happened in February 1922 at Chauri Chaura, a town in Uttar Pradesh near Gorakhpur, in a clash between satyagrahis and police. Satyagrahis put police station on fire, on which 22 policemen were burnt alive, for which 19 satyagrahis were given death sentence. Another factor was that some Congress leaders, Congress party was divided into 2 factions, into 2 groups. one who want to continue the boycott process, and one who want to take part in council elections declared by British authority. So Congress also split into two groups. Not only this, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party within the Congress. That inside the Congress, the Swaraj Party was formed by C.R. Das, Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru, father of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and they wanted to take part in council elections and return to council politics. So that's all for this video. You will find these questions and their answers in the description area below the video. Thank you very much. Keep on watching, listening and reading.